Talk about it.
We got tired of the fables.
Chop, chop.
Come have a seat at the table.
Chop, chop.
Strengthen our partners, the angle.
Chop, chop.
Talk about it.
Off the top rope with the banger.
Chop, chop.
We became brothers from strangers.
Chop, chop.
Can't do it minor, we major.
Chop, chop.
Brothers from another mother, we chopping. Life on life, let's get it popping. Challenging all of my niggas to prosper, cause giving up is not an option. We laugh, we cry together. Bad boys ride, we die together. Hold each other to account through the highs and the lows. Overcome and celebrate with the bros. Never leave a nigga out in the cold. If he wrong, we get him right and bring him back home. Knowledge is power, we seek to restore. Build him back better than ever before. This that real talk unadulterated. Ain't worry about folks, they supposed to hate it. And that last bar can't be overstated. We chop it up anyway, motivated.
Chop, chop.
We got tired of the fables.
Chop, chop.
Come have a seat at the table.
Chop, chop.
Strengthen our partners, the angle.
Chop, chop.
Talk about it.
Off the top rope with the banger.
Chop, chop.
We became brothers from strangers.
Chop, chop.
Can't do it minor, we major.
Chop, chop.
Talk about it.
We got tired of the fables.
Chop, chop.
Come have a seat at the table.
Chop, chop.
Strengthen our partners, the angle.
Chop, chop.
Talk about it.
Off the top rope with the banger.
Chop, chop.
We became brothers from strangers.
Chop, chop.
Can't do it minor, we major.
Chop, chop.
Get them hype one time, DJ Block. Get them hype one time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We live on TikTok for the first time, man, for episode 12. We had to bring it to the TikTok platform because y'all been showing us a tremendous amount of support. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With my phone's ringing. Anyway, episode
12.
12,
Let's
man.
do it.
Brothers from Another Mother podcast.
We here again on another
I'm one of
Sunday.
your hosts, Blythe,
And
man.
I'm the other host, Jonathan. We want to appreciate y'all for tuning in to what?
Yes, sir.
Episode 12 of
Episode
Brothers
12.
from Another Mother's podcast.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing but another Sunday night. That's all it is.
Another Sunday night,
Another
Jay.
Sunday night to get prepared for the work week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, hey, man, I feel good.
Man, I do too. I ain't even gonna lie. I feel good. Last, 2-3 weeks, we come in sluggish because, y'all, we be tired. We got a
Yeah.
lot of work to do during the week, but I feel like because we on TikTok, we feeling real good tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of hyped, you know what I'm saying, like I said, about, what we doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, because based on, we get a lot of love, man,
We
on
do.
that TikTok, man.
We do,
You
so
know,
we had to bring it to them.
And like I said, us trying to share this game and this knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and really towards the youth, you know what I'm saying, just trying to, like I said, be a mentor.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So yeah, man, we live on TikTok, man. You know
I
what
sure
I'm saying?
feel good, bro.
Yeah, man, and
Even though I got to work tonight, I still feel
Hey,
good.
man,
I feel so good, I might call in.
Jay, listen to me. And I'm gonna tell you, like, reason why I feel good is because we keep it, we staying consistent, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you know what I'm saying? Sunday, we showing up.
Even when we don't feel like it, when we don't want to, we
And
showing up.
And that's just that's what life's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what life's all about. Like, no matter, you know what I'm saying, what you got going on, when you commit to something, you gotta stand on business.
You got to. That says a lot about your character and who you are as a person. Even if it ain't going the way you want it to go, as long as you stay committed to it, man, you're in the green grass. You good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But once you start something, you digging it. You got to stay consistent to it. You got to, because I think we spoke it on either the last episode or episode before that. When you consistent with something, that progress is gonna come along with it. You know what I'm saying? I think we talked about that either the last episode or the episode before that.
And like you said, just, because I do remember, like, if I didn't feel like going to work, I didn't go work. Then I got fired.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But now, no matter how I feel, and that's just real in life. It don't matter how you feel. Don't nobody really care how you feel. You gotta keep your feet moving, man.
Yep. Quit trying to feel sorry for yourself and quit trying to get other people to feel sorry for you too.
You got, you only you get results through action.
Yep.
Period. You can't think about it. You got to be about it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we keeping our feet moving, man. And I'm just super grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what. You know what I'm saying? Me and you made a commitment to do what we're doing. And we're doing it.
Like you said, work in progress. I tell myself all the time, man, sometimes I I want to say I'm the most disciplined person out there. Like, honestly, this podcast, knowing that you alongside with me, is keeping me coming in here every Sunday. Because sometimes when I do something I'm dolo, I start to lose the love for it. And I hate that about myself. Like, you got to be disciplined if you really want to go do something. But if you got somebody alongside with you that's on the same time as you can't let that person down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that's, look, not to cut you off, but I felt like I was letting you down because, I waited 2-3 weeks, for the motivational video, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another thing, Jay, you said we was going to implement into our, elaborate on that part, Jay, about, we're going to start
the Motivational Monday?
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, we do need to announce that. I'm glad you brought it up. So, starting tomorrow, we're going to choose one person of our choice and ask them would they mind sending us a motivational video, uplifting people, speaking positively, and speaking positive, and just trying to, bring everybody else up. We're going to find one person to ask them to send that video, and we're going to post it on all our platforms. It can be anybody from TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It don't matter. We're going to find one person that even if we feel like you haven't been supporting us or whatever, you never know. Somebody may have some positive words out there for somebody else to hear, even some words that we may want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to find one person every Monday. I'm going to choose one person one Monday. Next Monday, Blind's going to choose a person. So it can be anybody out there. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a DM from any one of us or even from the Brothers from Another Mother's page, we're asking you, send a motivational video. We're going to post it on all our platforms. And we're gonna let your upbringing and let your positivity get out there as well. Not only ours, but we want to hear what you got to say as well.
Yeah, absolutely, because like I said, Jay, if I can just get through to one person, if I can help uplift or inspire one person, and you can do the same thing, and the people that we select, you know what I'm saying, because everybody's got a voice.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We all got a voice that we can use for the right reason. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the more people that are involved, the more people that we can help. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Jay, you know as well as I know, a lot of things that we say, people already know.
Mm-hmm. We just using this platform to voice it.
Yeah, but a lot of times, I talk to a lot of parents, and I'm a parent. And I know a lot of times, sometimes I can tell my kids something and I know they hear me, but they ain't really listening because I sound like Charlie Brown to them. My voice is very familiar. But somebody that they don't know can tell them the same thing and it'll resonate with them.
They all ears in.
You know what I'm saying? So like even what we doing, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, there's people that's watching that got kids and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But the kids are more receptive to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they hearing it from a different mouth, a new mouth, for real.
Yeah, man.
They do be like that. But, man, we got a few topics we're going to hit on tonight.
Let's talk, man.
We got a few of them. I want to talk about, the very first one I want to talk about is, we started off with sports. Nico, however you say his last name, the Tennessee quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm glad Tennessee did what they did with him. Because this ain't the NFL. And
so
first of all,
talk about break it down, Jay, about
all right,
this
so
kid.
he was a freshman last year, I believe. He was a freshman last year. And he did a pretty decent job last year. He did a pretty decent job. But he ain't do no $4 million type of job because that's what he was asking for, $4 million, or I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So he was already getting 2.4. You ain't worth that if you ask me. He wasn't even worth that. So you know how this NIL got these young athletes. They young, you know what I'm saying? They got their head boosted up, thinking they can okay, I can do this. And plus with the $2.4 million, they had already agreed on that within contract. You just can't up and break no contract or try to renegotiate when the contract terms ain't even up. So in the middle of the contract terms, she just went look, I want $4 million. They ain't give it to him. And he did it right before the spring game. I guess he tried to wait right before the spring game to do it where they felt like they was pressured and they had their back against the wall and they was backed into a corner that they had to do it. They ain't do it. They let him go. And I'm so glad they did that because if they would have did that, if they would have paid that man that $4 million, you would have had so many other people trying to do the same thing as him.
And not to cut you off, Jay, but
you good.
He's probably didn't heard or know of another quarterback that's getting more money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he probably feel like he better than or something like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, sometimes you can get caught up on what the next man's doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you can worry about everybody else. See, Carson Beck, the quarterback that was at Georgia last year, he transferred to Miami. He got $4 million. He ain't worth $4 million though, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But he got $4 million. So I'm guessing Nico saw that, felt some type of way. Like, man, I feel
So
like I
he's
need
in the
more money.
transfer portal.
Yeah, as of right now, I think he's in the transfer portal. But I don't think nobody gonna want to pick him up when he asking for $4 million. And plus, you just low key displays your character low key. You probably low key to ruin your college career.
Hey, Jay, well, hey, trust me, I'm old enough and wise enough to know that, man, a piece of change will make a brother do something strange. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to money, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like they say, money is the root to all evil. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's just what a person will do. You know what I'm saying? You know, when they chasing money. You see what I'm saying? You can lose your purpose in life chasing money.
Yep. There's a saying say that money don't change you. It just shows you who you really are.
Yeah.
That's all it is. People do get funny when they get a little money. You know what I'm saying? Or they just showing their real true colors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if the person that's not getting the money, people that's around the person that get money may show their true colors as well. Because you got a lot of people out here that'll ride your wave just because you got this platform or you got this amount of money. The whole time they envy you.
Like I heard like Gilly, and I heard people say, if you was a lame before you got some money and you get some money, you just a lame with money.
Yeah, they
or
said,
if whatever you was based on your character, you know what I'm saying? When you get some money, it's just gonna be who you really are times 10.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Say money can't unlame you.
No.
It can't.
You know,
But in this generation, you can low key buy a little power with some money. The females love them a man with some money.
man, I'm gonna tell you, man, and I was just thinking, man, like, and I was talking to one of my buddies today, about money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, when you just chasing money, man, you know what I'm saying? You get distracted. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up in all type. You lose yourself.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, you can
You know
lose
what
who
I'm
you
saying?
really are.
You can lose
Yep.
yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you living in your purpose, the money is just a byproduct of the work that you're putting in. That's
Yep.
all money is. Money is a tool. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's just a byproduct of your efforts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you doing that part, the money gonna come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna get some money. You know what I'm saying? The money it's gonna come if you're doing what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting up every day, handling your business, that's just a byproduct, man, of your effort.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Getting money is a wonderful feeling, though, bro.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. You know, those that know me, you know what I'm saying, know that when my pockets get, when they get a little low, you know what I'm saying, my energy does kind of go down with it.
You
see
ain't
what
in
I'm
the best
saying?
of mood, no
You
more.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, man, like,
It ain't just you. I feel like a lot of men like that. Though.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I know a lot of men just like me, you want to be able to give people anything that they ask for, like your old lady, your kids, or people that you're really close to. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to provide for them. We providers, man.
Yeah, be able to provide without it hurting you a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you're unable to do that financially, you know what I'm saying? It do strike your ego a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it
most
do.
definitely.
It
Yep.
make you feel away. You know what I'm saying?
Feel like you ain't doing good enough.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I know, like, life is like a roller coaster, man. Some days you're going to be up, some days you're going to be down. Like I said, your money's, some days you're going to have a pocket full of money, some days you ain't going to have a pocket full of money. But, you know what I'm saying? And that's when you got to understand what's really important. You know what I'm saying? And like I was talking to my, like right now with the flood and everything here in Frankfurt, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people lost their homes, lost everything, you know what I'm saying? I got friends that, you know what I'm saying, just lost everything. Materialistic
stuff, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to one of he's like a brother of mine from another mother, and I was telling him, like, man, you ain't lose your life.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't lose your gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still got what it takes. You know what I'm saying?
To get all that back time 10.
Absolutely, man. You know how many times I done started over, bro?
It's a bad feeling to start over, but sometimes they humbles you and you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But every time I started over, now, most of my starting over be me self-sabotaging my situation. You know what I'm saying? It be the bad decisions that I make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that, yeah.
But that has caused me to start over in life so many times. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, sometimes when tragedy happens or sometimes things happen that's out of your control, you know what I'm saying, that put you, to knock you back down and knock you back a few steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm saying all that to say, God ain't gonna leave you stranded, man. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna leave you stranded.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's gonna help you get, people. God's gonna put people in your life because I believe that God works through people.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? The same way that the devil works through people,
Yeah.
God works through people. You know what I'm saying? So there are positive people that, you know what I'm saying, spiritual people, you know what I'm saying, God gonna send your way, man, to help you rebuild whatever, you know what I'm saying, got tore down. You know what I mean? And so, man, it ain't what's on you, it's what's in you.
Yep. And some people sometimes, not speaking on your partner specifically, but some people sometimes wonder why a terrible situation or incident like that may have happened to them. You may have prayed to the Lord about getting something about better in your life, and that was the only way for him to actually get you where you want to be or get you what you wanted. He had to tear down your old empire to get you to build that new empire and to see that vision. Because if you were still holding on to the old empire, you weren't gonna be able to get that new empire. So sometimes he had to come through and completely knock down everything you got going on just to get you where you want to be. And people got to be specific for when you're praying for something. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people, Lord, I pray that you get whoever out of my life that's coming to me with bad energy or bad negativity, just get them out of my life. Whole time you may be talking about your closest friend and you don't know it. So you got to be careful for what you pray for because he going to give it to you.
Yeah. He don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, and I always think about, like I said, when I was sitting in jail and I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. You know what I'm saying? I was 28 years old and I'm sitting in jail and I don't know what I want to do in my life. But I know I got to do something different, you know what I'm saying? Because I've just been doing the same thing. Like they say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. And I was living insane. You know what I'm saying? Because I kept doing the same thing, thinking that I was going to get a different outcome. You know what I'm saying? And like I know, a gold guy told me, nothing changes if nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? He said, you only got to change one thing in your life, and that's everything. People, places, and the things that I was doing. Now, do I still got some things that I need to change? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? But I started trying to do something different. So anyways, I'm sitting in jail, been doing this, same thing I've been doing my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So opportunity come my way for me to do something different.
Yeah.
I took it, which was a guy came into my life to help me go to barber school. So, I stood on business, you know what I'm saying? I kept my commitment, you know what I'm saying? Because I really wanted to change. I really wanted to do something different, you know what I'm saying? So I did. And man, I'm telling you, I learned something new every day. My life has not been the same, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I still got a lot of work to do, but I'm not scared of the unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying? I used to, because a lot of times we can get comfortable in a comfortable situation. Like I got a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? They lifestyle just what they used to. No matter the consequences. This is what they used to.
Probably scared of change.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know, shoot, there's probably white people that scared of black people. There's probably, I got black friends that scared of white people, you know what I'm saying? Don't know how to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't who they grew up around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we can get caught up in our environment, you know what I'm saying? And we just scared of something different, even if it could be the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah. Maybe what you need. You
know
scared.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, scared of being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that being uncomfortable is what's gonna make you a better person for real. Because being uncomfortable ain't nothing but a new lesson that you're learning. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be okay with being uncomfortable. You got to, even if you're not okay with it. Sooner or later you're gonna have to be, regardless. Because ain't nothing but a life lesson in being uncomfortable, bro. That's all that is.
And a lot of times, how I used to do this a lot. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, what was behind that, I didn't know what was behind the door I was walking through. But in my mind, I already had an assumption of what it was going to be. Man, let me tell you, ain't nothing that, my life is not what I thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say that, you know, God's vision is way better than mine. You know what I'm saying? Because I was selling and I still tend to sell myself short. Like we was talking about last week about you were riding past that neighborhood and seeing that house you wanted and thinking about how much money it costs. You see what I'm saying? See, in your mind, you like, man, I can't afford that. But God don't think like us. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
He'll shake and move. He's a mover and a shaker. And he'll get to doing some things and put you in a position where
In your favor.
you got more than enough.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm telling you, I really do, like, you know, because, you know, I wake up every day, you know what I'm saying, and I thank God first. And I know he didn't show me time and time again. Like, we've heard the saying, if you take one step, he'll do what? He'll take two.
Yeah.
He will. If you get up every day and just put one foot in front of the other, you ain't got to really know what you're doing. But if you get up every day and make an effort towards heading in the right direction,
You won that day.
man, you already won.
Yeah, you won that day. You ain't stand still. You already better than what you were yesterday.
Yes, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep some motion. You know, you got to keep some motion. You know, you can't lay around. I'm good at that. I'm telling you, I've been laying around all day today. You know, I'm good at that. Jay, trust me when I tell you. You know, and that's why I be telling people, like, you know, it take me a minute to get my motor going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like that old school Chevy, man, and you gotta let it. I gotta let it run 20 minutes before I put it in drive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that spiritually, you know, mentally. You know what I'm saying? I have to do some. You know, I have to meditate. I have to do some things to put me in a good space. You know what I'm saying? To get me. You know what I'm saying? I have to set a solid foundation before I walk out the house.
Yeah.
So that I can take on whatever comes my way, adversity, anything. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get routed and shooken all up like I used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just let the least little thing, man, just ruin my whole day. I ain't operating under that same device. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, first of all, I gotta give my life don't belong to me, right? It belongs to the man upstairs, right? So I'm so grateful, man, that I got, I got that lined up so that when I go out the house, bruh, I don't care what goes on. I know I'm gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can carry myself and respond in a positive manner. You know what I'm saying? I can respond in a constructive way instead of responding in a destructive way. You know, and that's choices, man.
Yep. I got a question for you.
Yo.
Do you think, me and my people have been talking about this, me and my partners actually been talking about this all last week, and it was a real deal bickering going back and forth for argument. Do you think money makes a man high value? Like, is it one of the characteristics that makes a man high value?
I believe it does. I believe it does.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's like, a woman can say, she wants a man that is faithful and she can have a list of things that she wants.
He can hit every box on
know
the
what I'm saying?
checklist. Yeah.
And the other way around, a man could be very successful and he could say, man, I just need an old lady that's gonna, cook, clean, do this, do that. You know what I mean? He don't need her money. Man, listen, ain't nobody. Listen,
Especially not in today's days.
a piece of change, you know what I'm saying?
It's a nice thing.
It's a nice thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mean, you could say, well, I like his smile. I like her smile. Or she just got a good heart. And just, it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, more people probably break up because of money than they do cheating.
Yeah. See, I feel like women and men look at it differently. I really don't feel like men really look at how much a woman makes. I feel like we really don't care how much a woman makes for real, because at the end of the day, it's our job to provide. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you make a good amount, that's a bonus. But in today's days, that's the first thing women look at. How much a man make. That's the first thing they look at. You don't know nothing about. You don't know how. This man,
especially if she's already got it going on. You know
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if she broke, then
that's still gonna be the first thing she look at, and you ain't in you ain't in no power to look at how much a man make when you ain't got nothing going on yourself financially.
It's very few, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very few, you know what I'm saying, this just gonna be attracted to a person because of who they are.
Yeah.
Not
That's stage one.
Not what they got.
Yeah. Stage one is you attracted to the person because of how they look. You don't know nothing about the person. They look good on the outside, their appearance.
Because that's the first thing we see.
Oh, yeah. Stage two, now you getting to know them. You know what I'm saying? That their personality, how they handle themselves in certain situations and all that. Stage three is where that money come in at. You know what I'm saying? Stage one, appearance. Stage two is personality. Stage three, a lot of people fall off at stage three. Like a lot of women distance themselves from men at stage three once they find out how much a man make. You get to stage one and stage two and you think this man's perfect. Till you get to stage three and he only making what? What's the average on average amount of money? I'll say $50,000.
Yeah.
Somebody make $50,000 a year. Some women don't want no man like that. And I don't understand why. I ain't gonna say I don't understand. I kind of do understand why some women look at men and see how much they make before they feel that they can have a life with them. But if you ain't got that much going on financially for yourself, you ain't in no right. Because at this point, you just need a partner to help double whatever you got making on a year. You know what I'm saying? But if a woman coming in already and she making $150,000 a year, that woman got every right to want to know how much that man make. Because she ain't got time to be messing around with nobody that make $50,000 a year.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like, and that ain't being bougie. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe having standards is thinking that you're better than somebody or a person's not worthy enough to be in your life or nothing like that. But I believe that, I just believe that if you've built something and you're, you know what I'm saying, if you put yourself in a position to be successful, then that's what you want to be around, be with. And that goes not only searching for a partner, but a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, you getting up going to work every day. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be with nobody that just sleeps, just don't get up, got to do nothing.
Yeah. That energy can rub off on you so quick.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna wanna, and I'd be selfish to say that somebody should put up with that.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, I know people that and it goes both ways. But a lot of times from what I've seen is, a lot of times a guy, if he's, got a good job and stuff like that, a lot of times, because we just naturally want to provide. Yep. So a lot of times, I do see guys that, they might have an old lady that is a house mom or stay at home, but it'd be a choice that, you know what I'm saying, he want her wife, his woman to be like, live like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't took on the responsibility to say, look, I'm gonna pay the bills. I'm gonna take care of everything. You just take care of the house. You know what I'm saying? But then I don't think it's the other way around.
No.
Like, I don't think I've ever met a woman and just got a man and said, and I asked her what a man do. She said, I just want him to stay at home and,
Yeah, I don't know many men that'll do that. Honestly.
They wouldn't do it.
Pride thing.
We ain't built like that.
Yeah, we built to go out here and move and go get it.
Yeah, we built to, get out here in the field. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that stay-at-home job is a job. I mean, that stay-at-home mom a job too now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is a job. Man, it is a job.
When my fiance go out, sometimes I had a kid to myself. Oh, my God. Hey, when you coming back? Hey, it ain't no joke. It sounds sweet because you at home. People think, oh, you at home. You man. Especially if you got more than one. It ain't no joke.
Bruh, let me tell you.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Jay, we just got this dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Driving you crazy already.
But now, here's the thing. Now, my daughter, my daughter Journey, you know what I'm saying? She's 12, you know what I'm saying? That's her dog. You know what I'm saying? And I find myself scared to death if she leave and I'll be stuck with this dog. You see what I'm saying? Because I really don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I need her. You see what I'm saying? And my wife too, you know what I'm saying? But I need my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Because that's her dog and she loves dogs and she knows, she knows how to take care of the dog. Man, I don't know what to do with this dog.
Yeah. There's a friendship too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, so man, she better not leave out of the house and leave me with
Oh, she watching. I hope she watching.
Man, I'm over it like, man, because I'm going to have to hold it down, right? I'm going to have to
Yeah.
be responsible for, the dog, you know what I'm saying, the life of the dog. And I'm just saying,
He
like,
said, I ain't got no experience in dog
man, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning. You talking about a new experience. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about just, challenges and new experiences and and even if we got a little fear about it, we still walk through it. So you got to walk through the fear.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's another thing I learned, like, it's okay to have, that's normal to be fearful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how you going to, how you
Gonna face
respond is the thing.
Yeah.
Are you going to be so scared to do something that you just going to be paralyze yourself? Or are you going to walk through the fear?
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do. We got to walk through our fear.
I faced 2 of my fears last year. I'm still kind of scared of them, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared. I don't mess around with snakes. And I'm scared of heights. But I went to Kings Island and I got on this thing that the drop tower, the drop zone, where it takes you all the way to the top and it just releases you and you go. I never get on it again, but
But you did it. You did it one time.
I didn't want to do it though. Only reason I did it because my fiance wanted to get on it, and I'd be damn if I look like a. And nah. Oh, you want to get on? Oh yeah, the bet. Let's do it. Oh man, I'm trembling on the
Scared to
inside.
death.
Man, I never get on it again, but I did it.
Yeah.
And snakes, I really don't fool around with them, but I held like 3 of them at one time. I think I don't really think it was a normal size. I ain't gonna say normal size anaconda because a normal size anaconda is I'm a baby anaconda. I think it was a boa and something else. I held them at the same time, but I'm afraid of snakes. I faced that, but I'll probably never do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a couple more fears out there that I have, but I'll probably never attempt. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say you do gotta face them, but it's really like you said how you respond to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, like, you gotta obviously have common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna just run across the middle of the highway and not look both ways. You know what I'm saying? like you got
That ain't no fear. That's
you know,
death wish.
You know what I'm saying? But so like, don't some things you supposed to be scared to do. Because it don't make no sense if you even try to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It looks stupid if you even attempt to do some things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, but just growing up, just growing in life and evolving and, you know what I'm saying? Because life's all about new experiences, man. Life's all about new experiences, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look forward to it. And like I tell my son all the time, man, adversity and new experiences, them are all opportunities to grow, man, to build character, you know what I'm saying, to open up your eyes to what the world really got to offer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how your perspective changed on the world once you see something different.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to just use me for example. When I was at home back in Alabama, man, once you're around something for so long, that's all you know. But once you get out and see more, you're like, man, it's more to life than what I've grown up around. And all it takes is that little moment for you to go out and see something more than what you used to. It'll expand your mindset so quickly and huge. It'll be a great impact on your life for real. You'll view life differently. You'll want more out of life just because you just seen more. So you definitely got to go around and see something different and new experiences. That comes with being uncomfortable. A lot of people don't want to do new experiences because they're scared of being uncomfortable. Sometimes I don't know how to handle the situation when I'm uncomfortable too. I shut down. I think that's a little anxiety that I got. I shut down, but hey, you only get one life. You better experience as much as you can and get as much out of it as you can.
Yeah, and like you said, Jay, and that's why I tell a lot of these kids, like I said, everybody's not gonna go to college and stuff like that. And a lot of times when kids, think about college, they think about, they don't look at how valuable the networking part is.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm
Man.
saying? Being able to go somewhere, being able to go to a university or college and meet people from all over the world.
You don't know who knows who.
You know what I'm saying? Like that man, you can't put a price on that experience. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I took. Like my son, of course, he's on his basketball journey and stuff like that. But even if he wasn't, I would be like, that college, like getting out of where you come up, going somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And getting away from where you from. You know what I'm saying? Well, it just will, man. All types of things that happen. It'll expand your mind and man, man, it'll put a fire in you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To realize, you know what? Like you said, there is more to life and more life is there's more in this world than just a neighborhood or a city or state that you grew up
You
in.
just got to get out there and go try to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we need to hit on this mental tip.
That's
Kyron Lacy, you know, the ex wide receiver for LSU.
Tell the story, Jay.
So, from what I've been reading, he was involved in an accident. I'd probably say a couple months back, if it was that far. He was involved in an accident, and they say he caused the accident. They end up killing I think the guy was an ex-Marine, Navy, or something like that. They end up killing him. He was an older white guy. That ended up killing him, and they saying Kyron caused it. So it was a warrant for his arrest. He turned his F in. He got out. He continued preparing for the NFL draft. But I guess that guilt overcame, and he started feeling, you know what I'm saying? Of course, anybody with feelings and emotions would feel some type of way if they feel like they caused an accident that took someone else's life. And they no telling what type of words he's receiving from everybody else. You know how people are in this world. When you're down, they kick you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So apparently that overtook all of his emotions and all, and he ended up unaliving himself. From what I read, he unalived himself last night in Houston, and he was found deceased either last night or this morning. He was probably a top 2 rounds. I feel like he was going to go in within. He probably would have went higher than that if that incident would have happened with
And he took himself out.
Yeah, it took himself out. Yep.
Man.
And this somebody that's finna go to the league now, make millions. That like this showing you everybody got problems, bro.
Yeah.
You need somebody to talk to.
And a lot of times, you know, I don't know his personality or nothing like that, but I know mine. And a lot of times, you know, people that, you know what I'm saying, smile a lot and laugh a lot, you know what I'm saying, like, I can't think of the comedian Robin Williams, I believe. But anyways, he was a comedian and stuff like that, and he unalived himself, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, no matter what it may look like on the outside, and like you said, this kid had, his future was very bright. You know what I'm saying? But that incident, and ain't no telling what else was going on in his life. You know, because a lot of times, here be the thing, Jay, like, and this is just my own experience in life. A lot of times, you know, that's why I think it's very important, you know, like what we're doing, man, just talking about our life. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you know, we tend to hold things in. You know what I'm saying? And so we might go through something, we don't talk about it. Then we go do something else. Next thing you know, we done been through 10 different things, and nobody knows what's up with us.
It's all bottled up on the inside.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a barometer. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it gonna bust.
That's a bomb waiting to tick. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think, you know, and I had to learn how to do it, and I still have to learn, you know how to do that sometimes, because sometimes I just don't want people to know what's up with me. But
People so judgmental, man.
you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, sometimes, you know, like you just think you can deal with things on your own, and it's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't healthy. Like somebody got to know what's up with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying you got to go you ain't got to elaborate. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you got to tell, you know what I'm saying, unless you trust that person like that, but you got to talk about your life. You know what I'm saying? You do have to let people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, if you just hold all it like that young man, it ain't no telling. That probably was just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to say that, you know, I don't know how you could justify suicide. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, your man can take you to a dark place.
Yeah, mind powerful, bro.
Your man can take you to a dark place, man. Like right now, and I'm pretty sure there's, you know, like with the flood and the people, these people here in Frankfurt, you know what I'm saying, that then lost their house and lost everything. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people, you know what I'm saying, I got close to kin folks that, he's got 50 years of memories in his house. You know what I'm saying? And so I know, like, you know, your man can work for you or against you. You know, it really can. And you could take yourself to a dark place, man, when you feel like the only resolution is to
do that. Yeah, I always thought, me personally, bro, I always thought suicide was a selfish act. I always thought it was selfish because you got people that care about you, you got people that love you, and you took it within yourself to take something that was given to you by the man above, which is your life. Sometimes people just can't handle people just can't handle the pressure of living. Yeah. They can't handle it, bro.
And
it comes with a lot.
yeah.
Life is hard. Life gets hard. I'll probably say more than 50% of the time your life is going to be difficult. And a lot of people can't take that. Yeah. And I understand it. You go ahead, but I understand.
Nah, but I mean, like you saying, you know, and I've heard people say, I've heard people think that sometimes, you know, because, you know, we all got family members and stuff that, we all got family members, you know, that they just can't get it together. We got friends like that, you know what I'm saying, that we know, like, you know, they just can't get it together. You know what I'm saying? It's like soon as they see a little light in their life, it's like get back dark again. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I've heard people say or feel like, you know what, man, my family's probably just better off without me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they just better off not being on earth. You know what I'm saying? Because they just can't,
can't do right for nothing. They feel like they can't do right for nothing.
They can't win for losing.
Yep.
Man, that is not true.
Cause like you going said, through a hard time just like everybody else.
Yeah, that ain't true, man. You know what I'm saying? Because even though even when you don't love yourself, somebody loves you.
Somebody loves you. It might be a person you don't even know, bro. You know somebody loves you, bro. You know, loves you enough for you to come and talk to him.
Yeah. So even if you ain't feeling, I mean, I have my days, man. Well, man, I ain't feeling the best about myself. You know what I'm saying? But I had to take myself out of myself and realize, you know what, man, maybe you might not be feeling the best today about yourself, but it's somebody out here that's probably gonna look forward to seeing you. You know what I'm saying? There's probably somebody, you know what I'm saying, out here that looks forward to talking to you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Your presence on earth is valuable, even though if it might not feel like nothing to you at the moment. It's valuable to somebody. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You are worthy, man. You are worth that much. But, you know, like I said, to think like that, you know what I'm saying, you really got to do a lot of work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because, you know, you ain't the only person.
No, you got somebody out here that's willing to listen to you, bro, and that cares. I would much rather hear you complain about life than me having to hear your eulogy at your funeral. I would much rather hear you complain about life than having to hear a eulogy at your funeral. Yeah. Come complain all you want. Tell me what you got going on. I'm all ears. Yeah. I don't want to hear your eulogy at your funeral because you decided to take matters into your own hands and take yourself out. Come complain to me, bro. Even if sometimes I may not even want to hear it.
Yeah.
Come complain to me, bro. Whatever you got going on, I'm going to try to bring some light to the situation because we all going through something. See, me personally, I can handle tough times. Now I can handle it pretty well. I just shut down and get by myself, watch TV, do whatever I need to do. You know what I'm saying? I can handle it pretty well. But some people, they're not built like that. Not saying I'm the toughest motherfucker out here. You know what I'm saying? I've had a few incidents in my life where I've been in the dark places, and now I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So I know how to handle it. But some people, they don't know how to handle that. I feel like that's instilled in you as you're coming up, as you're growing up, seeing tough times and being in tough times. But
they just, you know, and like you said, you know, like, I ain't gonna say it's easy to do because I don't think I won't try nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't crack jokes in my head, you know what I'm saying? But in the reality, man, listen, like you said, Jay, man, if I got to bother you, man, I'm gonna get on your nerves, man, to get this up off me before I let it take me up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Because the more you share, you know what I'm saying, the more you're honest with somebody about your life, you know what I'm saying, the more easier it becomes to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, like I know once I started, you know, there was a guy in my life, an older guy in my life he was probably the first guy that I really started telling the truth about my life to. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to have somebody that you can just lay it all out there. You know what I'm saying? No days. It's a free judgment zone. You know what I'm saying? You got to have somebody in your life like that you can just, because you can't tell everybody everything. You know what I'm saying? And people can't, even like you said, Jay, you know, a person might say, man, even if you need me, holler at me, but they really can't. They ain't about to be able to handle this load you about to drop off on them.
Yeah, them just words of comfort for some people.
You know what I mean? But like I said, but the more you do it, the more you realize, like me, Jay, man, listen, I tell it every episode, man, I know I got some work to do, right?
Yeah.
So I ain't got these, I ain't delusional about me still having some work to do. So, you know, I really don't have no problem saying, hey, man, you know, I need to work on this, or, man, you know, this, whatever I'm going through. It's become easier for me to talk about my life
Yeah.
to another human being, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that, man, I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? So why am I try to act like that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be real with yourself.
Say something in.
You
You gotta
know,
be real with yourself.
You got to be
self-aware
real.
too.
Yeah, and then the more you real with yourself, you able to be real with the next person. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, they open up and say, "Well, damn, let me go." You know, now you see what I'm saying? Now you didn't open up that line of communication. You didn't got that. By you being honest with your life to somebody.
You done opened up a gate. Now they can feel like they can be honest with you. Now they comfortable with telling you everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man, just a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just a conversation can change everything in a person's life.
Can change a person's life too. You may just save somebody and you don't even know it just because you was honest about what you got going on. You felt comfortable with talking to somebody you don't really know like that. You felt comfortable with telling them everything that you got going on. So they feel like, okay, this is somebody I can confide in. So now they tell you everything you got going on, and you don't know just by you being honest with them, you just saved their life because they may have been having those type of thoughts.
Yeah, and I've met a lot of people like that in this barbershop, Jay, I've met people. I meet people every day. I get to talking about them. Because we all, you know what I'm saying, like, we all want to, you know, like, most of us, you know what I'm saying, most people in life, they just want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, keep a roof over their head. You know what I'm saying? The basic things is what we all need, you know what I'm saying? Chasing, you know what I'm saying? Just roof over our head, you know what I'm saying? Be able to take care of our people, you know, and stuff like that. Just be productive, you know what I'm saying? We all just want to be productive. No matter what level, where you from, what color, none of that don't matter. We all just want to be productive, make something out of ourselves, you know what I'm saying? That's just the
Bottom line.
that's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So we all can relate to that. We all can relate to tough times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't have it. We all have a tough time. I don't care what part of the world you come from. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have some tough times. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have some good times. So I've noticed the more I share, when I be talking, I telling sharing my experience in my life with other people. Next thing you know, here they come.
They're telling you. Yep.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Now y'all done built a bond, a friendship.
Yeah.
Now that's another area you can go and complain about life too. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody wants to hear you. Somebody want to hear your story. Somebody want to hear what you're going through. Because the same thing you're going through, they may be going through the exact same thing. Now y'all both trying to figure out a solution to the problem. Instead of you stressing yourself out alone, trying to figure out how you're going to handle this situation, you got somebody else that's going through the same thing as you. So 2 is always bigger than 1. So now you got 2 brains figuring out how to fix this situation other than 1.
And like I said, I don't pick and choose who God puts in my life.
Mm-hmm. They come for a reason.
You know, I don't pick and choose. Like I said, I know if somebody comes, I can tell if somebody's trying to come into my life that ain't gonna mean him no good or me no good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I also know, you know what I'm saying, when good, genuine people come around. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm embracing people, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm embracing people because, hey, teamwork make the dream work, man. We all need support. You can't have too much. You know, we all need it. We all need that village around us. You know what I'm saying? And we part of the village. So that's it, man.
Yeah, we want to appreciate y'all TikTok for tuning in tonight.
For sure.
We had to bring it to you because of all the love y'all bring to us. So we had to bring an episode to y'all, man. We're gonna bring, I don't know how many more. How many more you think we're gonna bring to TikTok? About 1
Jay,
or 2?
Yeah,
1 or 2 more?
Jay. You know, we just gonna, like I said, we gonna take it an episode at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We started at 1, now we at 12.
Bring probably 13 to 14 to TikTok. We may even try live on YouTube. See how that works. We didn't did Facebook. Now we on TikTok. We're gonna try YouTube. See how all that works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like I said, before we end, share it.
Mm-hmm. Share it, like, comment, subscribe, go on and follow all our social media pages. And don't forget about Motivational Monday, because we will be hitting somebody up either tonight, probably tonight, figuring out who we're going to hit up tonight, because we don't want to hit you up in the morning, try to get you to rush and hurry up and make a video and send it to us. Now, we want it, whatever you want to speak, we want it to come from the heart. We want it to be genuine. We want it to be real. So we're going to hit somebody up tonight for Motivational Mondays and ask, if you don't mind, first of all, we're going to appreciate you for supporting us throughout this journey. And if you don't mind, send us a motivational video so we can post on all our platforms. So not only our voices being heard, but yours as well.
That's it.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
Have
y'all.
a great week, and we out.
chop. We became brothers from strangers. Chop, chop. Can't do it minor, we major. Chop, chop.
Welcome at it.
We got tired of the fables. Chop, chop. Come have a seat at the table. Chop, chop.